Here we're adding fractions, and the fractions are 36 54ths plus 72 48ths. So the first step is to reduce the fractions. So let's go and look at how to reduce 36 over 54. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide the top and bottom by the biggest number that we can find that goes into the both of them. That's the greatest common factor, which is 18. So we divide the top and bottom by 18, and that gives us 2 over 3. And that's it. Or you can divide the top and bottom by any factor you can think of. It's easier if you can think of bigger ones, like, for example, 6. Let's see, 6. So 36 divided by 6 is 6. 54 divided by 6 is 9. Now 6 and 9 are both divisible by 3, so we divide them both by 3 and we get 2/3. Keep going until you can't think of any number that goes into the top and bottom other than 1. And that's it. So so we're reducing those fractions. Let's see how to reduce 72 over 48. So the biggest thing that goes into 72 and 48 is 24. So the GCF is 24. And 24 goes into 72 3 times, and 24 goes into 48 twice. So that gives us 3 over 2, which is a mixed number. So let's go and look at mixed numbers. So 3 over 2 is 3 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 3 once. 1 times 2 is 2. And the difference is, or the remainder is, 1. Okay, so the quotient is the whole number, and the remainder is the numerator. Okay, so 1 and 1/2. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so we reduced the fractions, and we've got 2/3 plus 1 and 1/2. Now we need to get the lowest common denominator, which is the lowest common multiple between 3 and 2. And that is 6. So the smallest thing that 3 and 2 go into happens to be 3 times 2, which is 6. It's not always the case, because 3 and 2 are mutually primed. They don't have any primes in common. So when that happens, you can just multiply. So 3 times 2 is 6. So we rewrite each fraction as with the lowest common denominator. Okay, so we write the 2/3 as something over 6, and then 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, let's just go to the equivalent fractions and have a look. Okay, so writing as equivalent fractions with a denominator of 6, so we have the 3 and the 2. So we're saying since 3 times 2 is 6, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So that gives us 4 over 6. And since 2 times 3 is 6, we're going to do the same to the 1. 1 times 3 is 6, is 3. So we have 4/6 plus 1 3/6, and that's that. Okay, so we have 4/6 plus 1 3/6, and then we just add the numerators. So the 4 plus 3 is 7, and then add your whole numbers. We only have the one whole number, so 1, and keep the denominators, so 6. So 1 and 7/6. That's an improper fraction. So the 6 is going to go into the 7 once. Okay, we're going to make that our whole number, but we already have a whole number, so we're going to add it to our whole number. 1 and 1 is 2. So we get 2, and the remainder is 1. So 2 and 1/6. Okay, so reduce our fractions, and we get 2 and 1/6. And that's how you add fractions. Have a good day.